stay at this point. So you need a counseling before you get married. You
Yes.
need a counseling after you get married. You need a counseling before you have a baby
To
to
decide if
decide
both
whether you can have a baby or not.
right.
And then you need a counseling after you have a baby. So people who are accepting or saying that counseling or psychological help is not needed, you are wrong. Please, to the camera,
Yes.
to the viewers,
So
please.
basically, please understand counseling is not only for psychiatric disorders. It's not for people who are insane or mentally ill. Because when people come to us, many of them tell me this, कि मैम मेरे को लगा मैं आऊंगी तो लगेगा मैं पागल हूँ. So every person need to discuss certain concerns of theirs, and it is okay to go for just a normal visit to clear your day-to-day doubts.
Of course.
Because it's not like you need to have a diagnosis to visit a psychologist or a psychiatrist. You can visit us anytime and just clear your day-to-day doubts. Okay, I want to have a child. Do you think I'm ready? So we are ready to answer those simple questions also, because it will make your life just a little less complicated and more smoother.
Sometimes you just need another person to talk to, but your friend
Absolutely.
or your close ones is not the right person to talk to. It's a professional. You should go and speak to a professional person about your problem so that the feedback you get is helping you. And it doesn't end there. Even after having a baby or after getting married, you are, for suppose you're getting divorced, you again need to go for counseling, right?
Yeah,
And-
I think nowadays
and
people
one
are
more
going for
thing,
this life coaching,
I
which
will-
is a very good
Life
concept.
coaching.
Yeah, I, I have a different view. I have different
So
view
please,
towards
so
life.
yes.
You need to talk to the person who you know the most.
Yes.
Whom you need to stand in front of a mirror. The person whom you are seeing,
Right.
you need to talk to that person. You need to give time to that person. So
Agreed.
in a
Agreed.
year, if it is possible, for the person for whom it is possible, I will suggest everyone, when I am challenge suggest everyone to go for a solo trip. Don't use your mobiles.
Yes.
Go for your solo trip. Don't use your mobiles for even for 2 days, even for 3 days. Then again, go with your partner. If
Right.
necessary, you can take your baby. If necessary, you should not take your baby. Go for 1 day, go for 2 days, go for 3 days. The amount is possible for you. You just talk.
Yes.
Keep
Quality
your mobile
time.
aside.
And thank you very much for bringing this. Actually,
Yes.
sometimes we just, our relationships start with sacrifices.
Right.
And show personal love, personal care, that is important. Like you, individually, you should be happy first. Then only like that you can make others happy. But
Right.
in our society, we try to make others happy. And then I feel that, okay, I'm sacrificing. At the end of the day, then we will feel burdened. And then like you start fighting with each other. So you don't keep the space and you don't give time to yourself.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
and you don't
No,
go
what I-
after.
what I
And then
will
you,
say-
I think you have the
It's like
tendency.
हम तो डूबे हैं सनम आपको भी ले
आपको भी
डूबेंगे.
डूबेंगे.
I'm unhappy. Why you should be happy?
Right.
And also, when you are unhappy, I think you have a tendency to blame the other person for being unhappy. You don't ask the question that if I'm unhappy, maybe I'm also responsible for it. But you tend to blame your family,
That's
your
what we do.
kids, or yeah. So what do you fall it in your?
It is called projection. Like
Projection.
it's a defense called projection, where you put everything on the other person. अगर मेरे life में कुछ भी problem है, this is because of the other person. So first of all, we have to accept that if relationship is not working, it cannot be one person's fault. Because at times a couple comes to me and say कि my wife gets angry so easily. So I said, okay, when she got angry, what did you do? I also shouted. I said, so you triggered her. If for 5 minutes you could keep your mouth shut and let her get her anger out, then there would be no fight. So at times you have to support each other's weaknesses as a couple also. Okay, she has the short temperament issue where she gets angry. So for 5 minutes, if she's getting angry, I will ignore. She will calm down. She cannot talk to the wall alone for more than 5-10 minutes. If there is no response from the other side, she will get
And in
calmer.
relationship, we
Same with
focus,
the
in
female.
relationship, we focus on individuals, but it's more of a kind of joint account, no?
Yes.
So where every time like you need to check, you need to invest, you need to withdraw, and you need to also sometimes update your bank account kind of thing. So relationship is like that. So it's not two individuals, it's a relationship, what we call R. So you need to also be aware that, okay, how our relationship works. Maybe for them, it's something different. For us, and we need to define that. So once we define, then definitely we can work on, we can invest. But otherwise, like investing each other. So I'm just talking to two individuals. It's not two individuals. It's a kind of team. So the to work as a team, definitely we have to have team rule. It's not individual rule. So that is the way I think all relationship if we think of and if we can work on, then definitely, as I said, that okay, the kind of toxic relationship, it may calm down.
Yes.
And last thing, just from where it started,
Yes.
I will just like to say, try. If everything goes nice, if you both are happy, not only your happiness. If you both are happy, give it a try. Live it. I mean, Live, live it. And if it doesn't work, then leave it. Very true. Very true.
Yes.
And in a relationship like that, when we are in love, then we share our weaknesses also.
Right.
And when we are in problem, we use that as a tool for
Exactly.
That's
to fight against each
major
other.
thing. Major thing is human nature. You will learn. You know it better. For example, we suppose a couple had a problem or one issue or something like that about his past life, past affairs, and all everything. When things start getting worse, we bring out that issue
That
first.
issues. And I have paid you for like
Yes,
5 rupees or
yes.
10 rupees. That also
Ah.
like we start discussion. That time it was kind of love. Now it's
And
like
it's,
okay, I'll
it's
give
for
him-
both,
both.
not
For
only
both,
not
for
only
both.
male or female. It's
No,
for
no, no,
both.
it's for
It's a
both.
both.
We do that. We do that as society, as human being, we do that.
Yes.
Say we know this is a weak part. For example, I'm telling you, a couple they had previous relationship and there they might have physical, no problem. Two individual, adult individual, they are into physical relationship. It's not a bar. Criminally, there's no bar. And we discussed it. We tell our partner about it, and since some problem arises, we bring out that issue. You select with that person. That is your nature.
You did this thing, you did that. And
That happens.
Yeah,
That
that
happens.
So from the legal, we'll come to you a little later. From the legal point of view, when it comes to divorces, how much importance does emotional torture, or we always talk about domestic violence? So emotional torture is also a kind of violence, right? So what recognition does Indian law give to this as far as divorces are concerned?
In different cases, cruelty has been defined in many manners. For example, snoring is also a form of mental cruelty. Why? Upper, your husband is sleeping beside you and you are getting a noise of different war from there. You cannot sleep. That is also a form of mental cruelty now. It has been defined and time to time. Law is dynamic. Law is not static. Law is changing every day. Law is being changed. Law is being revived. I just said it will break down. That is under the policy. That is under discussion. So previously, that was the concept was like that. Marriages are made in heaven. You cannot break that. Now things are changing. Our law is changing. So there are many grounds. For example, desertion. For desertion, you need to prove 7 years. 7 years, a person is not untraceable. Why 7 years? You should be thinking that way. A person who didn't bother me about 1 year or 2 years, that should be come down to that place. But 7 years, some cruelty and other things. Adultery is not a ground for divorce anymore. But adultery, I'm not saying in a ground or something like that. If someone is not happy with me,
Yes.
that's there. We are say sometimes we get confused. Marital rape is a issue, is a fact. You cannot ignore. But all things law is changing. Law is considering that sometimes our courts when it behaves in a zombie way. Or being a lawyer, even I am saying so. Because some high courts say marital rape is true. Some high courts say no marital. There is nothing called marital rape. It's a typical thing, but it is there. So law is changing every day, and things are changing. So cruelty part has its different angle. First, second, earlier used to alimony I was telling about during divorce alimony you'll get, but here income plays the role. Income of the wife, income of the husband.
No.
Is a plays the role. Even I'm saying so. Even a husband can claim maintenance. The law is that. Why? For example, a wife is earning 10 rupees, husband is earning 5 rupees, or make it round 4 rupees, 14 rupees. Their living standard is for 14 rupees, right? So now at this juncture, husband can claim maintenance. This is changing.
Okay.
So
That's right.
law is changing, and I believe after 10 or 15 years, everything will be more simplified. Everything will be more simplified. everything will be more easier. Say counseling is there, court is sending for counseling. Before divorce, in many cases we have seen court is asking the couple to go spend some time, then come back.
Correct.
All these are happening. Mediation chapter is there. They try to solve it. And I just said, divorces, I would say 5 seconds or 6 seconds matter.
Exactly.
13 be a mutual consent. And another thing is there, then our courts needs to change it, our laws should change. That is a divorce on contest. Two person are contesting, one person say I will not stay with him, or other person say I will not give divorce. So it will, court should think that it cannot work.
Cannot work. It's
First,
definite.
and second, another strange thing is there. That is, it sounds nice. Your viewers will understand. In our law, there is a provision called restitution of conjugal rights. What the hell is that? Now, what the hell is restitution of conjugal rights? How can a court pass order that I need to stay with someone? I'm a human being, right?
Yeah.
Our constitution gives me right. How a court can say that yes, restitution of the conjugal right should be there? The court can pass decree for restitution of the conjugal rights. What is conjugal rights?
So actually, the enforcing.
I need not